So I haven't made a video on numerology and individual life paths in a long time. I once, a while ago on this channel, made a long form video about numerology where I explained each life path, but this series that I'm starting is about each individual life path or birth number, which is from 1 to 9 or the master number 11, 22, and 33. And today I am going to be starting with the 1. So I'll be talking about the birth number, so what day of the month you're born, which would be 1, 10, 19, and 28, and why 28 attracts wealth unlike any other number. I got I got the homework here. I got the homework here. Okay, let's go. And yeah, so a little something about what numerology even is. The day you are born carries a specific frequency which puts an energetic imprint on you. Your expression and life path number have similar qualities. Now, a life path is the most important number in your numerology chart overall, but it is calculated by adding your total birth numbers and subtracting them to a single digit number, unless it is a master number. So the 1 is the number of masculinity. It makes you a good leader. As you lead all the other numbers after you, they're going to have the masculine qualities of argumentativeness, aggression, anger, all starting with A, which would be the first letter. Then we have the fact that it ties with the yin of, the yin yang, which is the masculine principle. In occult knowledge, the sun always represents the action driven, dominating masculine principle, just like the moon represents the mother of the feminine principle. So if we look at the zodiac, the Leo is ruled by the sun and the Cancer zodiac ruled by the moon. It is that difference between masculine and feminine. Um, what else? Yeah, so it is the action driven, dominating masculine principle. It is tied to the solar plexus. If we look at the chakra system, I have a video where I talk about the strongest and weakest chakra of each zodiac, and pretty much the solar plexus is the yellow chakra between the sacral and the heart chakra, and it represents the ego, the sense of self, and the masculine qualities. Um, Aries and Scorpio are the two signs with the strongest solar plexus. Because as the Aries, you are the first zodiac on the wheel, and similarly, you are the number one, you are the one that leads, you are, yeah, the leader. So let's see. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is tied to the god Ares, who is the god of war, who really only enjoyed war and destruction, but seemed to like Aphrodite as well. Those were like the only two things he had to balance. So Scorpio is not a lot better because they have the um, solar plexus as their strongest chakra as well. But that is because they are ruled by Mars and Pluto, right? So not only do they have Ares, the god of war, but they have Pluto, which is Hades, which is the god of death and the underworld. So they're gonna have that strong masculine dominating energy around them. And yeah, that's that. Now, if you're born on the first, you just want to be first. You just want to be the leader. It is the number of leadership. All the other numbers come after you. So you're just, yeah, you're just leading. The 10 as well, just masculine energy, literally nothing more about it. Amplified by the 0, which, yeah, makes the energy of any number more extreme when it is paired with a 0. Then the 19 would be the most aggressive one because they have the 9, and the 9 is also tied to Ares, the god of war. but they're gonna have that 9 energy, and 9 is the most adaptive number. Um, right, it's also the highest out of the single digit numbers. So let's look at some famous people who are one life paths. We have Martin Luther King Jr., we have Steve Jobs. You're gonna you're gonna hear a bunch of names of innovators, of people who asserted themselves into the world and pushed their beliefs kind of into the world, and that way changed the world. So yeah, Martin Luther King Jr., Steve Jobs, we have George Lucas, we have George Washington. George Washington being the first ever president of the US. That is quite, that's quite a way to go down in history. And yeah, either he was born on a one day or he was a one life path. I'm not sure. So we have Charlie Chaplin, we have Walt Disney, and we have Napoleon. With Napoleon, once again, we have the leadership qualities. So, okay, what's interesting about what ties Steve Jobs to the 28 would be that Steve Jobs was a 28 1 life path, meaning his numbers added up to 28, giving him that one life path but with imprinted 28 energy. He incorporated and founded Apple on 28 days, when it was a day when the total numerical value of the day added up to 28, which would attract that wealth. Why would the 28 attract wealth? I have a whole video on that, but pretty much no number attracts wealth like the 28. We have Bill Gates, we have Elon Musk, born on the 28th. We have Vanguard, which is the largest asset managing corporation in, I'm pretty sure in the US, right? Yeah. Then that adds up to 28, and we have even the YouTube like text in letterology adding up to 28. So if you go on Rolex's website, every watch you're gonna see has a window with the date. It is always going to be a 28 because they know what they are doing, right? Some of the wealthiest people who have ever existed or who are alive right now, people who are millionaires, billionaires, have 28 energy. So what are some secrets for success of the people born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, 28th, or one life paths? It would be not to follow anybody when it comes down to how you should be living your life. You have to pave the way yourself, and for you to manifest your desires, you cannot lay back and you cannot take a passive approach to life. Other life paths, other numbers may be more able to receive what they want through manifestation, through visualization, affirmations, mantras, mudras, all of that stuff. But ones really have to do it through action. The masculine principle being action. It is the pursuit. It is very fiery, and yeah, pave the way for yourself, and you cannot lay back and expect things to come to you. You have to embody that masculine force and assert yourself towards your success. You must get it yourself and not depend on others in that process. They are some of the most creative people, and they're full of passion, which makes them the initiators of specific actions. That makes them great entrepreneurs, and they are great at pursuing business like endeavors. They're very hardworking, very ambitious, and want to become independent. They don't want to be led, they want to be the ones leading others. Already discussed that. They are willing to take responsibility upon themselves, which is a very positive quality to have. They can lead a group, but if somebody is left behind, they pick them up. And that is, yeah, they should not be too critical and demanding on both yourself and others, because they are known to be very professional and have a specific way of doing things. They think that their way may be the right way, and everyone doing things which is not their way is not the correct way of doing things. Um, they should use their power to lift others up, to help others and inspire them, and not bring them down with their dominance. Use that energy to lift other people up. So one people are stubborn and they may make the same mistakes over and over again, but eventually they're going to learn simply through experience. They learn through action. They learn through what they've done, right? And experiences are going to teach them everything eventually over time. They may have to repeat it 1,000 times, but eventually they're going to figure it out. Now, because they have that anger, they need to keep it under control. So, because they seem to be fiery, which means that they can quickly become angry, but they are also able to quickly cool down. So, they're not going to be resentful or have like, keep like bad memories of that. Um, it's rather quick with them. They have some self destructive qualities, meaning that they should avoid alcohol. It is known that they have certain problems with alcohol and it just doesn't match up their energy. Um, right. And they may get into fights or endanger themselves and others. That's that. So, yeah, I think I've talked about everything I had to. Um, Pretty much it. Um, that's it. I think I'm gonna make a video for each one of these numbers. Next one gonna be 2, then on to 9, then the master numbers. That's it. Thank you for being here. See you.